which are being used right now, and the casualties are more and more civilians. Daria, this is making no sense. It's making no sense. Russia has to stop this deadliest phase of the war.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I would like to point out a very important thing which you have raised, the topic of the geopolitical confrontation between the West and the East. And actually, we all understand that this conflict is not the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. This is the conflict of two blocks, of the multipolarity and of the unipolarity. Unfortunately, Ukraine has been held as a live shield over this unipolar world. And the thing is that now, even if Ukraine intends to do the negotiations, and Zelensky says that he is ready for that, the problem is that United States and NATO doesn't need that. So the Washington Post published recently a large article, which I would like to quote. It openly says that NATO will not accept any piece of Ukraine treaty with Russia. And actually there will be, the article explains that there will be pressure to the President Zelensky if he wants to stop the conflict. He will be blocked at the level of Verkhovna Rada, where Zelensky has no constitutional majority, or he will be brought down in the course of popular unrest of patriotic and minded Ukrainians. The thing is that now we are in a very dangerous situation, because the world free will be not, the decision to start it will be not taken by Russia or Ukraine, but by the NATO. So you were raising with Mr. Istenko a very important question on which block
So Dr. Daria, sorry to intervene, and I want to go to Peter Zalmayev. We were told today that the Russians allegedly struck a chemical plant in the Sumy area, causing an ammonia leak. There was an ammonia leak from the Sumy Kimprom chemical plant. And ammonia is toxic. So there were toxic gases in an estimated area of 2.5 kilometers from the site. What is the game plan?
Mr. Arnab, the game here is what the Russians actually, I have to give them their due. They've been honest about it the whole time. On Russian TV, if you ever watch Russian TV, they've been warning that we are going to annihilate the world if you don't do as we say. They are perpetrating a colonial policy with Ukraine. It's a war of conquest. Has nothing to do with NATO or any Nazis in Ukraine. We all know it's BS, okay? So this is an old school 19th century war of conquest that Russians are then subsequent to that trying to find reasons. And the reasons are constantly changing. They have no explanation, a good explanation what they're doing in Ukraine, and they have no end goal. They are being apocalyptic, and they're trying to scare the world.
Peter, let me take it from Boris. Peter, let me take it from Boris. To an extent, Boris is right, isn't he? Because what is this about Putin telling his top generals that he's going to carry out nuclear evacuation drills? What is this nuclear threat every second day that's coming in so casually?